Why do pre-approvals go bad? So a lot of people out there think that, Hesh, I was pre-approved and they declined me. Before the approval. Pre-approval doesn't mean you're approved. You are a long distance from it, okay? So just because you have a pre-approval, don't think that you're getting the loan. I hear this all the time. Well, Hesh, my bank pre-approved me already. You got a long way to go, okay? Now the question becomes, what can go wrong from the time a loan is pre-approved until the time of closing? So this happens a lot out there, and there's a lot of different reasons it happens, but I'll give you some basic ones that are easy, okay? The number one reason pre-approvals go bad is that a loan officer does not collect all of the paperwork from the borrower properly, and the borrower does not provide all of the paperwork. A pre-approval is nothing more than a sheet of paper, people, okay? People put way too much weight on, I'm pre-approved. Okay, big deal. You're breathing oxygen. Congratulations. Technically speaking, if you're breathing oxygen and you think you're gonna be breathing oxygen in 30 days from now, we're getting ready to close, you're pre-approved, okay? Congratulations, okay? Now, of course, more goes into it than that, but I will tell you this. There's a lot of lenders out there, a lot of loan officers that just hand out pre-approvals like it's coming out of a printing press, okay? A lot of real estate agents know that, but it always confuses people when, well, what can go wrong? Well, one is the loan officer doesn't collect all the paperwork up front. Now, why wouldn't the loan officer collect all of the paperwork up front? Easy. Well, it's a few different reasons. One is there's a hell of a lot of paperwork, okay? I want 2 years of W-2s, 2 years of tax returns, 2 years of bank statements, 2 most recent pay stubs, divorce decree, separation agreement, bankruptcy papers. And you're sitting here saying, Hesh, I've never had bankruptcy or divorce or any of that stuff. Child support. That's great. That's wonderful. Okay. How many jobs have you had in the last 2 years? Even if you've worked the same job for the last 5 years, what's your income like? Do you want to know something? COVID screwed up a ton of things. A lot of people who've worked jobs for 20 years, the company went under. They were let go. Their hours were cut back. They used to get overtime. They no longer get overtime. Their commission has steadily gone down. It's 1,000 different reasons. It's so many. Many loan officers do not collect all of the paperwork up front. It's a lot of paperwork. You want to know the truth? The likelihood that you're going to find a house and get into a house and qualify altogether, it's not actually that good. Most people in America, if I took a sampling of the 300 million people, 60 to 70 million own a house or whatever the number is. In the grand scheme of things, most people don't buy homes or can't qualify to buy homes. So the loan officer's perspective is, why should I go through all of this paperwork and this mountain of stuff if in the end I'm not going to get anything for it? Because I got news for you, loan officers, we don't get paid a nickel unless that thing closes. Now you got some loan officers, they have base salaries, base pays and stuff like that, and that's great. But a lot of them don't. So to put in your time into something you're not going to get anything out of becomes a little shaky on whether or not you're going to collect all that paperwork. Another thing is the customers don't give us all the paperwork. Why don't the customers give us all the paperwork? Multiple reasons. One is they don't have it. Do you want to know how many people I talk to who say, Hesh, I don't keep anything. I don't have any of my W-2s, any of my tax returns. I don't even know how to get my bank statements. It's a lot of people, and it's a lot more than you probably think. You might be sitting here saying, who doesn't have their tax returns? A lot of people. Who doesn't have their pay stubs and their W-2s? A lot of people. How about people who've worked 5 different jobs in the last 2 to 3 years? A lot of them don't keep that stuff. So customers, borrowers, a lot of times don't have all of the paperwork. They don't know where to find it. They don't want to put in the energy and the effort to find it. And a lot of times they've been told no their whole life with everything. They applied for some credit cards and got told no, and they're sick and tired of being told no. So they really just don't want to turn over anything, and they just want to be told, yes, you're getting it. A lot of customers, even though they are asked for this, do not turn in all of the documents. Even when they're asked and they turn over documents, what they turn over is not correct. It's not reviewed properly. Here's one for you. As we go through the process of getting the loan, borrowers, how does a pre-approval go to a decline? Quit their job, change jobs, get laid off from their job, change their type of income, their overtime changes. Here's one for you. They believe they're going to have $10,000 in the bank when closing comes, and all of a sudden you get to closing, they don't have $10,000. They don't have 10,000 cents or 10 cents, for God's sakes, okay? A lot of the things that they make assumptions about do not come to pass. So they don't have the documentation at the end that is needed or the funds to close. A lot of times customers hope that they're going to have the money, or they assume they're going to have the money, and they don't have the money. day before closing, or the money comes from what are called ineligible sources, cash under the mattress, depositing cash, moving money around. There are so many reasons. How many of them are your credit got repulled and your score dropped? That many, okay? Credit's monitored on conventional loans, not repulled on government loans. But is it possible that a collection was placed against you halfway through a loan? I've seen it and I've had it personally where on conventional loans, people have stopped making payments on their mortgage, and 1 to 2 months later, it knocks the score down 100 points. I could tell you that story. I know one right off the top of my head. There's a lot of reasons why you go from pre-approved to declined. Pay attention to all of them. Work with the right loan officer, the right people, the right real estate agents who are going to properly vet you up front before you even begin. And on that note, you want to subscribe to my page, like, comment, share. I answer all comments, respond to all comments, or call me if you need a loan. I'm in 45 states. And make sure to follow my next video. I'll talk to you later.